Hi guys, welcome to this Let's Play video of the original Civilization franchise, that is the franchise by Avalon Hill. The first game to ever be called Civilization was actually a board game released in 1980 by Avalon Hill. It later had an expansion in 1991, I believe, where Sid Meier's decided to do a computer game also called Civilization. Today I'll try to play a little of this old, maybe to you unknown game that actually has a lot of features that you will later see in the Sid Meier's franchise, and I think there is a lot of inspiration in this game that is transferred to the Sid Meier's franchise. I'll try to compare the two franchises, especially Civ3. I'm a big Civ3 fan, and take a look at the mechanics that you can maybe see in both games. Although I think Sid Meier stated that he never played the original game, I think one of his programmers did, so I think there is some inspiration there. Also interesting is that while the Avalon Hill Civilization game started out as a board game and became a computer game in 1995, I believe this version is from. Today you can also see that actually the Sid Meier version went on to be a board game starting from a computer game. But let's try to create a game. We will be, let's see, some computer players. Max number of players is 8 players. I think you will also remember that from a standard game in Sid Meier's Civilization. Let's select one human player, and let's maybe select one less from the maximum, so we have some more room to maneuver. So unlike the Sid Meier game, in the Avalon Hill version you only play the, so to speak, Earth version of the map, so there's only one map, and the game is really I guess one-to-one with the board game, so you will definitely be seeing that. Although the graphics may seem terrible from a 1995 or 1996 game, I feel it still has some nice mechanics to show, and I think it's worth to pay some respect to the original Civilization game. So 1 human player, 6 computer players, 2 trading sessions, we'll get back to that. Minimum goods before trading, that's okay, and we'll play against the normal difficulty computer. I've played this game a number of times, but I think the normal computer AI is still pretty good. So let's start the game. So this is the board we are playing, and the first thing we want to do is to select our civilization we are going to play. So you can see you can go around the map here selecting different civilization. Here's Crete, Asia, Syria, Babylon, Egypt, and depending on the number of players you've selected, parts of the board will be available. So when we've selected 7 or 8 players, we will have the maximum board to play on. So today I think I'll start as Africa, and if I'm comparing to Civ3, I guess you can say that in this version of Civilization the Civs also have some traits. So one trait being where do they start, because and what kind of territory do they spawn on, and that will affect how they play and which techs you will do and research. Also there's something called the AST for each Civ that I'll get back to, that's different from each Civ. But let's select Africa. I think that's a good starting Civ. So the game will put our tokens on the board here in the zoomed out version of the board, and now it zooms into our board, and you can see here there's a different parts of the map highlighted, and that's where we can spawn our first units. So I'll just spawn an African token here. We have the elephant symbol, and the other civs, they will also put their first token. And you see there's a different, the tiles look differently. So first of all, you notice these numbers. These numbers indicate the amount of food produced by each tile. So a number of 1 will mean that this tile can support 1 unit, and this tile supports 2, and this tile supports 3, and so on. You also notice that there are some squares. Squares are tiles where it's especially attractive to build cities. So building cities there are half the cost. Also, if you look down here on different actions, you can see our stock here. We can field in total 53 plus 2 tokens. That is also the soldiers and the farmers on the board. We can build up to 9 cities. We can have up to 4 ships. Currently we only have 2 soldiers or farmers, and we have 0 gold in our treasury. But you see now we placed 1 token, and 1 turn passed, and the 1 token had a growth to 2. So each round, every tile where you have 1 token, it will grow to 2. Every tile where you have 2 tokens, it will grow to 4. If you have 3 tokens, you will only grow 2. So you need to spread out your tokens if you want to grow fast, like you would like to in the beginning. It's not always attractive to be the biggest civ, but we'll get back to that. So let's see if we can claim some territory, because over here we have Egypt starting. So we want to stake out some territory. So I'll select my tokens here and move 1 to the right. And I think I'll select this guy and move towards the coast. So I have no more tokens. I could restart my turn to move again if I made a mistake, but I'll click finished here. So Iberia moves, Illyria, Crete. They have a very difficult start here. You can see on Crete, so they only have 2 tiles before they build ships. On the other hand, they have a lot of attractive city spots. Syria, Babylon, or Egypt is moving towards us. Okay. And now we have this AST, or the archaeological succession table. And you see here that there's a line for each civ, and there's a timeline here. We see that we start 8,000 years BC, and we will go to just before Christ, 250 years before Christ. And each turn, civ token will move 1 to the right, assuming that we have assuming that we are qualified to move on between the ages here. So every time you enter a new area with a different color, there's some good requirements. So you can see when we move from the Stone Age to the early Bronze Age, it requires that we have 2 cities. So you still have some turns to actually get 2 cities. And you see that's different for each civ. So it could be maybe some civs who has maybe a more difficult start will have more time, and so on. Later on we also have a requirement of more cities and more techs. And in the end there's also some victory point scoring that are required to move on. The one who wins the game will be the one to, I believe, finish the AST here. Okay, so now that we have coastal units, we will also be given the option for ship construction. There's 2 ways you can construct ships in this advanced civilization game. You can either spend money from the treasury, but we only earn money if we have a city, which we do not. Or you can spend some units. I believe it's 2 units you can expend to create a ship. But we have a lot of room to expand on currently, so we don't want any ships. Okay, so let's see. Egypt is moving towards this nice city spot. Let's see if we can claim some territory here. Move 1 to the right. Move 1 there. So in terms of diplomacy in this game, It's not like you will declare war or make peace with somebody. But if you enter a tile where there's opponent tokens, you will have combat if the total amount of tokens are above the supply limit. So we won't necessarily have combat immediately. And let's see the other tokens here. We also want to spread out and be able to grow our stacks here. If we want to build a city, we need to place 6 tokens on a tile with a square, or 12 tokens on a tile without a square. So there's still some way to go here. Okay, we'll hit finished. Let the other civs move. They're spreading out and claiming some territory. Also, you might notice here there's some yellow squares rather than red squares. So the yellow squares are areas that are at risk of flooding. You can also see the black-green color here. So one special thing about this version of Civilization is that there's a lot of calamities and events going on as the game progresses. For example, you could have flooding or pirate attacks, and down the line you can have dramatic events like civil war, where your cities may defect. So it's not like Civ3 where you can cry about your nice one city defecting to the opponent, but in this case half of your empire might suddenly defect to another Civ, so it could make things quite interesting. Okay, so there's no requirements at this time, so we can move on the AST. Okay, and we are not interested in creating any ships. Crete is already creating ships because they have no more room to expand. So let's see. You will notice down the line that the civs with the most tokens on the board, and you can see that by looking at the census here. So all civs have currently 8 tokens except for Crete, because they built a ship and spent 2 tokens. The ones with the most amount of tokens will move first, and the ones with the least amount of tokens will move last. So in that way, the smaller civs have an advantage in the way that they can react to the other civs' movement. If they're, for example, being attacked, they can withdraw and so on without losing any units. So that's also an interesting dynamic that's introduced in this game. So let's see. I think we'll try to put 2 tokens here. That's okay with 3, the supply limit being 3, and we could put 1 here, I think. And then I think I'll move 1 back here. And I have to foresee that in the next round, unless we are heavily attacked, all our tokens here will grow. So I would want either 1 or 2 tokens in each tile, assuming that we have the sufficient supply limit, so we can grow in an optimal way. So let's see, we'll move 2 this way, and let's move 2 up here, I think that's okay. Yeah, we're good, finished. Iberia moves towards Italy. Illyria. So Crete sailed some, or sailed 1 token to modern day Turkey. Syria moves on. Babylon. Babylon is usually a very strong civ with very good land. Egypt, let's see, they didn't decide to attack us. They pulled back to the Nile. I think they want to build some cities here. Okay, everybody moves on still. But now you see next round, Egypt and Babylon, they are running into trouble because also they have quite nice land, so they are expected to build cities a bit earlier. So in that way, I think the land quality and the AST is balanced. Okay, still don't want to create any ships. Crete creates new ships. Egypt actually also created a ship. Okay, let's see. Okay, so we have to be aware that we this turn we move before Egypt. So for example, if I move 2 tokens in here, so I had 6, then I could create a city, but then Egypt would be able to react and maybe put 2 tokens in, fight my tokens, and then I would win the battle, but I wouldn't have enough then for building a city, and then I would die of starvation here due to having too many tokens. So let's see. I think let's move 1 here, 1 here. So it's not really optimal because I can only grow 2 here, so I'll lose 1 growth. But I think I should be able to create a city next turn there. Up here, let's see, we'll move 1 token this way. We'll spread out a bit, and next turn I think we really have to get going with the tokens. Let's see. Something like this, I think. There will be no starvation, and we will have 1 less growth there, that's okay. Okay, I'll hit finished. Okay, it looks like Iberia, I don't see them going for any cities yet. Babylon, Egypt. Looks like Egypt are deciding not to build any cities. They move some with their tokens with their ship. Crete, they're expanding into Turkey and into mainland Greece. See, Crete has a lot of nice city spots, but not so much supply limit. I guess when talking about a low supply limit, I should talk about tools or techs that we would normally know these as. So actually in 1980, the Avalon Hill Civilization game was the first ever game to introduce a tech tree. So the tech tree you actually see here for each civ. So whenever a civ researches a tech or a tool, it will be highlighted here with I think it's a white or yellow text. So nobody researched anything yet. And the way you research techs or tools are when you build cities, you acquire goods, trading goods, and they have a value. And when you have enough value or possibly also tax collection from your cities, then you can buy these techs. And some techs will require other techs. For example, if you want to research something like democracy, you can see it has a cost of 200, but it requires that you already have the tech or tool called law, and it has a category. And actually, you can see that the colors here, they indicate the category, and each time you research a tech in a category, you get a discount for more techs in that category. So you can sort of go in one direction and getting cheaper tools in that category if you want it. For example, the blue here is like it's a lot of like mining, road building, metalworking, agriculture, and agriculture was actually the one I was thinking about. It costs 110 points, and what it does is that every tile you have will be able to support 1 token in additional to the numbers normally on noted on the tile. Some tools or techs can also enhance or reduce the effect of calamities that we will see as we get some cities. Okay, everybody advances now except Babylon and Egypt, because they didn't decide to build any cities and they can't enter the early Bronze Age if they don't have 2 cities. Okay, so you may remember this last round we didn't maximize our growth because we had 3 units down here, and that means we are not leading anymore in terms of number of tokens on the board. So let's see. Yeah, actually we still have more tokens than Egypt, so we have to be aware that we move first and they move afterwards. Still, so they could still interfere with our city building here. The question is whether they would do that. Would the AI try that? Let's see. I guess either we should build a ship and transfer some units away, or we should take our chances. Let's see, how was the census with building ships that won't take us below Egypt. So yeah, let's not build any ships. Okay, so we need 6 tokens to build a city. So we can move 1 here. Now it says we have 6 tokens and 5 of them have 1 movement still. So now we have 7. So if he attacks with a stack of units here, it will start removing 1 token from the biggest stack and then 1 from the other. So if he attacks with 2 tokens, we are in good shape, but if he attacks with 3 or more, then we are in trouble. So let's do it balanced here. We'll add 1 more token, then theoretically he could really crush us, but then he needs to use all his 4 tokens, I believe. So it will be 8, 3, 7, 2, 6, 1, yeah. So unless he attacks with everyone, could also add this one, but I don't think he will be that hostile. No, because he would want tokens for expansion. So let's see. Yeah, let's we can give him some room here if we want to, if he wants to go there instead of attacking us maybe. Okay, so that's 1 city. And we can build also a city here. So that's 6 tokens, and now we have to be mindful of our room here to have sufficient supply limit. We can actually also maybe build a city here. So if we do like this, and at this time there's no cities that can, there's no ships that can come over with some tokens to attack these ones. So I only place 6 here. If you place a surplus in addition to the 6, the rest will die from starvation. So no matter the supply limit here, when you have a city, you can have units also. But we still have to shuffle some units around here. So let's see, we can move 2 here. Let's go 1 here, and we're okay. I think I'll place 2 here. And let's see, maybe go 1 here to expand in this direction so we can claim this territory. So now I'm building 3 cities and I have 31 tokens on the map. So building 3 cities, that will cost me 3 times 6 tokens, that's 18. But I will have a cost of additional 2 here, which will die to starvation likely, or possible some battle. So that will be 20. Then I will have 11 tokens left on the board. And that's important because for each city I have on the board, I need at least 2 farmers to work up some food for the cities. So when I end up with 3 cities, I would need at least 6 farmers. So that should be okay. Sometimes you can go and spoil the AI building cities, or you can also kill their farmers and make the cities starve. So that's also a possibility. So let's see, I'll hit finished. I think I've done what I should, yeah. Let's see, we probably will see the AI building now. Yeah, so they decided not to attack us. So they will build some cities here. Okay, continue. Crete. They're getting into battle maybe. Okay, so there's a conflict between Babylon here and Syria. And Crete has 2 against 1, and they are above the supply limit, so Assyria, they lose 1 token. Okay, now I can build cities. I build Carthage, Thapsus, I guess, and Cyrene. Iberia also builds cities. Also built 3. And Thrace builds cities. Rome is built. And now the game changes a lot now that we have some cities on the board, as you will see. Alexandria, Siam. Yeah, and we had some starvation around the city at Cyrene. So now we acquire an amount of trade goods depending on the number of cities we have. So we have 3 cities and we will acquire 3 trading goods. So there's 9 stacks of trading good cards, each with a value from 1 to 9. So if you have 1 city, you only get from the first stack, which are the least valuable. So we get cards from number 3 here also, which could all either be salt or timber. And the more cards you have of a similar trading good, the higher the value will be in an exponential fashion. So so having I think at least somewhat similar to an exponential fashion. I think if you have, for example, 2 hides, they will have a value of 4 instead of 1 plus 1. I think 3 timbers is 9, but it's not totally like that, as you will see. But it has a very high increase as you get more cards. And I should also mention when you draw goods, at some point you will hit cards that are not a trading good but a calamity that I will hit yourself, or sometimes a calamity you can actually trade away, like disease or pirates or something. Okay, so we have 3 cities and we are ready to enter the early Bronze Age. We could also, just for fun, try to look at the score here. There's also a victory point scoring in addition to this AST. So let's see, Africa. This is probably Egypt. Yeah, so we are in front together with Iberia and Illyria, but there's not much difference at this point. So Crete builds some cities, Syria builds cities, sorry, ships. So I guess in terms of trading goods, like in, for example, in Civilization 3, you have strategic resources and you have luxuries. And the trading goods that you acquire with your cities, they can also, some of them will act as a resource and some of them will act as a luxury. So it's not only value against teching, but it can also, for example, if you have grain and a tool called pottery, you are able to withstand famine better if you are hit by that calamity. So let's see, don't think I will build any ships. That could be a mistake at some point, because you know the African soil is not that fertile, so at some point we need to expand. Let's see, we have 22 on the map. Or maybe we can get in trouble here because these 4, or maybe we could build a city here. I think we'll take our chances. I think we're good this turn still. Okay, let's see. If we wanted to build a city here and build a city here, that would cost us 12 tokens. That would bring us down to 10 and 5 cities. So that would just about be alright. As long as Egypt, they don't mess with us. Let's see, census. Okay, we're actually below Egypt, so Egypt, they already moved. So let's see, if we do like this, construct a city, whoops. Oh, did I misclick there? I think so. Restart. Move a stack here. So, build a city here. And we can't handle any famine this turn, so we really have to be careful. Yeah, like this. Okay, and obviously we have to construct a city here as well. Let's make some room in this tile so we can shuffle some people around. What can we do here? Let's do this way. Move one this way. Construct our city here. And I think we are good. So we'll just scrape by with 10 farmers or soldiers or whatever for 5 cities. That should be okay. So let's finish. See if we've done okay. Okay, there's some combat again between Crete and Assyria, and Assyria is now planning on founding a city. More conflict. Oh, so Babylon actually decided to attack an Assyrian city, and when you do that, you're able to raid trading goods. So you get a random trading good from their storage. So that's very powerful. Okay, we can build Tripoli and Sirta. Hope I've done my calculations okay. Lots of cities being built. And remember, the maximum cities a civilization can have at one time is 9 cities, but it's rare that you have that for a long time, because then you end up with calamities a lot of the time. Let's see, we can acquire trading goods. So now we acquired 5 trading goods because we have 5 cities. We actually had, we got 1 additional hide and 1 additional papyrus. Unfortunately, not any matches here with the number 3. So now we go to a fun part of the game. It's the trading session. I actually can't remember what I set the rules to, because I think you have a limit of, is it 6 or 8 trading cards you can have before you need to discard. So at some point you can just keep on acquiring trading goods, and there's also a limited amount of each trading good. But maybe it would be nice for us to get some more hides and papyrus, or maybe some cloth. That will also be nice. You can also see we have 6 gold, because last turn we had 3 cities and they each generated 2 gold. And like in Civilization, you can adjust sort of your treasury slider. So if you have the tool or the tech called the currency, you can adjust that from 1 to 3 for each city. So each city will net you from 1 to 3 gold. You won't have it at 3 all the time, because each gold you put in your treasury is actually a token that you can't field on the map, so that can hinder you a lot. Okay, so we need to truly state 2 cards that we are willing to trade away, and we can state 1 bluff. So let's see, we could trade away some maybe some grain we could state truly, and some timber. And I don't know how smart the AI is, but let's say we bluff here with something that we could have drawn, maybe wine instead. Yeah, we don't have. Usually we'll pick like one item here, but yes, let's just try to do it like this. And we say we would like papyrus, hides, probably not worthwhile trading for, but let's see, and some cloth, and let's say potentially also some salt maybe. Okay, let's finish. And then each Civ, they will make some offers and state what they want, and we can try to see if there's something we would like to bid on. So we wanted papyrus, hides, and possibly some of these if we can get some matches. So papyrus, Iberia, they actually also have grain and want salt, so that actually could be nice. Are there anyone who... no, there's not more Civs having something to trade right now, so there's no cloth. I guess responding to Iberia's offer could be interesting. So likely they are bluffing with the grain. So it's like probably ochre or hides. Hides we would actually like, but let's see. They want salt. Yeah, maybe we are trading one round early because we don't have really. It would be nice with some more cards that we could use for trading. Let's see. Because we will end up trading some high value goods away from some low value ones. So actually, we'll say response complete, and I don't think I'll offer anything. Let's see if we get some offers. Probably not. Let's see, Egypt, they don't trade. Yeah, Babylon. It's only the salt that's valuable and for us, and probably they're lying about that, so we'll say reject. And I don't think we have to discard any tools. I have to check that later. I don't think I want to trade in the second session. In these sessions, you can the AI or you can trade with calamities also sometimes. So sometimes if you if there's a lot of cities on the map, you would maybe not want to trade in the second session if you avoided calamities in the first one. Oh, Assyria, they are hit by treachery. It looks like a trade card they drew themselves. And I don't remember exactly what treachery does. Oh, it converts apparently a city, it reduces a city to a few units. It's one of the lower value calamities, probably number 2 or 3. The higher the stack you draw from, usually the more significant they are. So we are in the early Bronze Age now, but if we want to go to the late Bronze Age in 2 rounds, we need 3 groups of tools. That will probably be difficult. So that means 3 different colors of tools. Some of them have multicolor, but let's see. Okay, it's shipbuilding again. Okay, they are constructing ships from either their treasury or their tokens on the map. And usually you would like your treasury, be able to reduce your treasury either to as far as you can to 0, unless you are wanting to to buy some text this turn, or actually if you have 18 or more in your treasury, you can buy a card additionally from the 9 stack, which is in only gold or ivory. The thing is, the more tokens you get locked up in the treasury, the less you can grow your tokens on the map. So you can see, if next turn I have also 5 cities, I will take 10 from my stock. So I only have 9 left in stock to grow my cities, or grow my stacks. So and also if you end up having not enough available tokens to convert to treasury each round from your taxes, then you will have tax revolts in your cities, a bit like Civ, where you can have your cities go into disorder. Let's see. I think I would likely be going for ships this turn, either to use some treasury or to move some tokens around, because you see here I will go starving. Let's see, it could be nice maybe to ship some tokens to Sicily. Also, we should be careful here not to run into problems. I don't think I'll buy anything this turn, so I think I'll use my treasury to build some ships here. So you can see you can build from treasury, from the units, or from a combination. So I'll use from the treasury. I can't remember, is it cost of 4? No, it's only 2. Okay, let's see. Where else would I want? Should likely do a ship here as well. The treasury. Each ship without text, it will have 4 movement and a carrying capacity of 4. It's something to keep in mind. So where can we actually go here? 1, 2, 3, 4. So can we get away? We can also, the big tiles here, you need astronomy to traverse those, but I think we can go over here the street. So 1, 2, 3, 4, depending on what Iberia does. You don't have to use your ships, but we don't want to get into tax revolts or not being able to have an optimal growth. Sometimes with ships it's better to be safe than sorry. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm nervous about running into issues here because you can see I can't move tokens here because this tile has a city. If we build one here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that could be nice. So build from treasury here, and maybe a third one would be okay. Let's see. I want to keep some units here and back off if he decides to attack maybe my city, so I can go in and defend the city at that round. Let's just do one here and see what happens. Movement. Okay, Egypt moves before us. That's good. So he won't attack me this round. Okay, first of all, we need to get some tokens away from this infertile land. Did Iberia, did they move already? I didn't see. Looks like they did. Just check. So yeah, we are at the lowest population, together with Babylon, it seems. So let's see. Okay. And I believe the units don't have any movement when I disembark them. So see, embark, and then move ships. Click the ship, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I can disembark the unit here. Yeah. But now they can't move, so I can't transfer any more units from this place. Let's spread it out again to have the optimal growth and not die of starvation. seems I will maybe do some fighting. Well, let's see, 1, 2, 3. Oh, I can actually go to the Mallorca Islands here, maybe. So embark, move ships, and we'll disembark 1, disembark 1. Okay. What else? So here we would also like to transfer some units to Sicily. It can support 3 more. So let's embark with 3, 1, 2, 3. Move ships. 1, 2, 3, disembark 2, 4, disembark 1. Okay, so no city building here so far. Could maybe have constructed a city here. But then again, I will have more growth next turn and I don't have that many units on the board. I think that's okay. Okay, we are in a good situation here. Here we don't want any starvation, so this guy will go and fight this guy, and then they all both die. So let's see, what can we do? Let's deselect. So let's move 2 here. Oh yeah, we might get into trouble. Let's see if we can do 1 there. Yeah, so either I will lose 1 to famine here, or I guess I could have used this ship. But there's no really, then I should have brought on 1 up here. It's okay, I'll just fight him a bit, I think. So move tokens. If I put 2 tokens here, then he will lose 1 first, and then I'll have 1 that dies of starvation. So I'll lose 1 token this turn, and I won't be building any cities. That's fine. Okay. Finished. So we should be able to acquire 5 trading goods this turn. Hopefully we'll get some cloth from the number 5. And maybe some hides and papyrus. Cities being built, which means there will be more resources to trade. Aleppo, Memphis, then starvation all across. Okay, we'll acquire our goods. Oh, so it seems like stack 1 is empty now, so we couldn't draw those, so we couldn't get any more hides. It's unfortunate. So that won't be filled up until somebody spends the remaining ones on some kind of tech. But we got actually 1 more grain and 1 more cloth. That's quite well built, and 1 more salt. So you may recall last turn we had a value of 27. Now we have a value of 73. So that's quite nice, and we'll really be able to get going this turn, I think, if we are able to trade. So let's see, somebody loses actually the first 2 stacks. Okay, this could be fun. Let's see, we can truly state a timber. Let's see, maybe we have to truly state something here. Or we could maybe say could do this and maybe bluff with a wine again and put our hides in. These 2 they have a value of 4, but let's see. And then we would like let's see, papyrus, salt, grain, cloth. I mean, any card would take us a lot further in terms of value. So finished. So let's see, what are they offering? Somebody with grain here, cloth. Likely they are lying with some of these. And there's the next page. Grain. So if you see somebody offering 2 cards of the same type, then you of course can be sure of one of them. Let's see. Creed, they only want salt. But I guess, yeah, likely they are lying with the club. Should we take our chances? We could try to respond. Could be a calamity in here, let's see. So they want salt, so we'll truly stay the salts. We will offer him a timber. Like he's lying maybe either with a calamity or maybe some hides that will take us from 4 to 16, I believe, in value. So let's keep those. And if we can actually, no, we can't. We have to sacrifice something. Okay, so let's see, we have 2 souls, then he knows he will at least get 1. Let's replace our bluff with hides. Response complete. Finish, let's see what happens. Avalon trades with Assyria. Creed. Oh. They trade with us, and of course they were bluffing with the cloth, unfortunately. So that was not a very good trade, and we got the rewards. Maybe we can trade it away in the second trading session if we're lucky. But we need to spend some trading cards this turn, because I think we have too many now, and we need to discard some. Let's see, okay, let's say we want grain, papyrus, cloth, and wine. Truly stated. We do have, let's say, salt, and hides maybe, and then state something attractive. Or I should take notice of what they actually wanted. Maybe some oil, possibly. Let's see if we bluff them in oil and then put the revolt card in. Finish. Let's see. Iberia, they are offering cloth or wine, so we should be sure of one of the 2. Ooh, Babylon 3 papyrus actually, so we will get 2. So we'll get to 5 papyrus. So can't actually remember what would be worth more. 2 wines will get from 5 to 25. And how is it the 2s? But then again, if it's 1 more cloth, then it will be a lot more. Let's try to respond to Iberia. So get this one, get the iron, and bluff with the oil that we stated before. See if we get a calamity back, or whether we're actually able to trade. Response complete. Let's take the second phase, yeah, that's okay. Okay, so now we can see we actually got 3 offers for what we stated, and this is the value increase if they're not lying, and usually they are lying for something. But you see Illyria, they actually have 3 different cards we can use. So that would be quite attractive. Yeah, I guess it's almost the same. Let's see if we get a calamity. Yeah, superstition. But we got a cloth in additional and a papyrus, so now we are at 100 points. I can't remember what superstition does, but probably something that's not nice. And we don't have any text to counter it. I think maybe you could get monotheism or something to counter it. Yeah, trading we I don't think we see bluff here maybe. Okay, Crete is hit by an earthquake. Get these small movie clips here. So it's usually either earthquake or volcano, I think. So they actually get a city eliminated. And I think tiles with a square here, they are usually hit by a volcano, and I can't remember the rules for getting the earthquake. Assyria is getting treachery once again, this time from Egypt. You see the Trojan horse. Oh, so they actually get a city converted. Oh, and we are hit by superstition. Let's see what it does. Oh, reduce 3 cities. That's tough. Okay, we need to let go of 3 cities. Okay, so we have to be mindful of which cities are easy to reconstruct. So likely I will do some of these. Let's see, this one. Yeah, and also it reduces to the number of tokens here, so it's an advantage to take the fertile tiles. Wow, 3 cities. I don't want to reduce this one. Ah, tough. I'll take this one. I guess this could give me some movement again. Yeah, let's do this. Okay, Lyra is hit by slave revolt. Lots of things going on right now. Okay, and as I mentioned in the beginning, there's also something called, I think it's civil war, where you can basically lose half your empire, and interestingly, this is kind of a catch-up mechanic. So when you lose half your empire, the benefit, the Civs to benefit from that, to actually take over the empire, half of your empire, is the one that is or has the fewest cities or tokens on the map. So it's kind of a catch-up mechanic. Okay, but we have 100 points, cards plus the 8 tokens, so we need to buy something now. Ideally, we would be able to get something of 3 colors soon, so we can move into the late Bronze Age. Let's see. Yeah, agriculture will be very nice for Africa because due to the low supply limit we have. Let's see, metalworking is also nice, gives a combat advantage. Could we get 2 for 100? There's a very cheap one, I believe, mysticism. It doesn't really do anything, but it gives discounts to other texts, costs 50. And we would need something more. Let's see, also can we be mindful of how we spend? Let's see, this is... Okay, so this is a value of 32, but it's a lot of cards, so we will have room for new cards. Oh, so we can actually get to 50. We use 2 from the treasury. So this is mysticism. The nice thing about mysticism is that it gives us 5 points towards arts and 15 points discount towards religion. And it has 2 colors. So then there's also math. We can't afford that. Let's just go with mysticism now. Okay, finished. And Iberia acquires drama and pottery, cloth making, metalworking, astronomy. And all these cards are now put back in the deck, so you can draw these cards again. Okay, we are still able to move on. We are still in the early Bronze Age, but next round we need 3 cities and 3 colors of tools or texts. We have 2 right now. Maybe if we are lucky, we could succeed and move on. Egypt and Babylon is still behind, together with Crete. Okay, now you see I have quite a lot of tokens on the maps, 27, and I only have 18 in stock, so I can't have the full growth now. But let's check status here, the scoring. So Egypt, they actually came out on top now, and we took a pretty big hit by being affected by superstition, so we have to do better this turn. I think I'll end part 1 here. In the next part we'll have to maneuver all our units here into building new cities, maybe on Sicily, and get going again with the acquiring of the trading goods, and see if Egypt decides to attack us or something. But thanks for watching, and please leave any comments below if you have some questions about this game, or have some comments about how you see the similarities between the Avalon Hill franchise and the Sid Meier franchise. Thanks for watching.